Hi guys, welcome back. I'm Dave from mygunvalues.com, and today we're going to start a series of videos discussing the SKS. I usually open or close a video telling you to contact us through the website or through YouTube here, and if you have anything you'd like to see or you'd like to know about. Well, a gentleman named Mike and I spent quite a bit of time emailing back and forth here, a few months ago now. And we had to do quite a bit of research on the SKS. And we're going to share some of that here with you. But I thought we'd probably have to start at the beginning of the SKS, which is the ammunition. And we're going to back up a little bit, and we're going to go back to the black powder days. With black powder, you had to brush the table off here. With black powder, you had to have a large bore. Couple of reasons for that. One was the fouling would accumulate, and if the bore was too small, you'd get so much fouling you just couldn't shoot. Then the other reason was black powder doesn't produce a tremendous amount of energy, so the projectiles didn't go all that fast with black powder, so you needed that big heavy bullet weight to carry on through. So after black powder, of course, you came smokeless. 1886, 1887 was the French Lebel that started it. And that carried on, World War I, World War II. A lot of the cartridges stayed the same in those two wars. And we have a list of cartridges here that for the most part did stay the same. This is the SKS round here, so we'll ignore that for a minute. But you have the 6.5 Carcano. This was Italian, used in both World Wars. 30-06. That was, of course, the United States round through both World Wars. Actually, 1903 to, 1954, I believe, is when the 308 was officially adopted. You had the 303 British, again, both World Wars. And a lot of these, the bullets these are modern. Some of these are modern. These are not old military rounds at all. You had the 7.62 by 54R, which was the Russian round. They used it in both World Wars. 8mm Mauser, again, they used it in both World Wars. And this here is a 6.5 by 55 Swedish, used a lot by Finland and Norway during the war. Sweden was, of course, neutral during the war. This here is the 8 by 56 Hungarian Mannlicher. Hungarian, at least for a while, fought on the Axis side. And that's the 8x56. I don't have any of the Japanese rounds here handy, but you get the idea. They're all full-length rounds, what would be considered a full-length, 30-06 length today, action. All these were that long. Well, the Nazis were the first ones to figure out that you really didn't need all this power. Various studies showed, and here's where it gets a little murky. There's a lot of different information out there, but the basic gist was the studies determined that most infantry battles took place at 300 yards or less. Really didn't need these great big long cartridges to shoot at 300 yards or less. So they decided to shorten the cartridge, come up with, the submachine gun type cartridge, something between a pistol and a full rifle. The Germans were the first to do it. I believe it's 7.92 by 33 was the designation of their ammunition for their submachine gun. The Russians followed suit, came out with their own, but you really didn't see, it really didn't have come on in time for an impact in World War II. But right after World War II, they were so awash with weapons. Everybody was broke. Everybody had fought to the nines, you know. Nobody was really up to spending a lot of money on armaments those first few years after the war. Problem was, in the war, they had determined that semi-automatic or automatic fire was much preferred to bolt action. I mean, bolt action has its place, but it's primarily a sniping round today, or a sniping action. When you're out there on the lines, you know, today we use semi-automatic and full automatic fire. So Russia was primarily bolt actions. So they developed the SKS. It was a semi-automatic only rifle loaded with 10-round stripper clips. The bullets that would have used would have been full metal jackets. These, of course, are soft point reloads that I've made myself. But ignore the bullets for a second. The cartridge length is what's important here. Perfectly adequate cartridge for a 300-yard battle or less. That's why the SKS rifle came into being, is the shorter round. It was developed. They were kind of developed concurrently to go with each other, in a manner of speaking. That's what brought the SKS about, was this desire to go for less power, less recoil, and less weight. Here's 30-06, or a better comparison yet would be the 7.62 by 54R. Okay, that was Russia's World War II battle round. And you can see the difference in case size between that and this. A soldier could carry more accessories, but still have the same amount of ammo because this ammo didn't weigh as much, or he could carry more ammunition with him. Or, you know, when you're carrying, transporting, you could get more ammunition to the battlefield. That's why, you know, that was why the 7.62 by 39 round came into being. So that sets the stage for what's going to become the SKS, with production beginning in 1949. So in part 2, we'll bring up the SKS, and we'll also bring up the rifle. I believe it was at least, I shouldn't say modeled after, but they really share a lot of similarities, and we'll bring that out in part 2. But we thank you for watching. You know, if you have something, this video series is going to be because somebody emailed me and asked some questions. So if you have something you'd like to see, by all means email us. We'll do what we can do to get it up there. You know, it might take us a little while, but we'll get there. But thanks for watching.